Okay. Um, OBS Studio seems to be giving me a bit of difficulty this morning, so we're gonna just give it a second so that I can make sure that the sound's coming up. Okay, sounds like it is. That's awesome. Um, Sorry for the delay slash difficulty. Drag this over. Yay. Okay. So today is my regular Friday code review session. I'm gonna move a little closer to the microphone. Alright. Make sure I've got my coffee within reach because settling in for code reviews can take a little while. So today we're going to be focused on Apache Spark code reviews. I just want to remind people that this is, I happen to be a committer on Spark, but I'm more than willing to look at code reviews in other projects as well. Also look at some into other projects in the big data space that are in like Python or Scala or Java or one of the languages where I'm at least vaguely competent. Like, please feel free to either DM me, message it in the chat window, or email me, and I can add it to my queue to look at. Okay, so Jolt Cola is an excellent way to start a code review off, but not too much of it, otherwise the code review can get a little exciting. So let's go ahead and there we go. There we go. Okay, let's go live. Yay! Okay, so I'm gonna go to our favorite spark-prs.appspot.com. And this just lets us see sort of the state of incoming pull requests in the Spark project. Oh, it looks like it's lost my credentials in the meantime, so I should probably go ahead and sign in. And that just means that it uses my GitHub tokens rather than the public ones. Okay, look, there we go. Great, signed in. Go back into OpenPRs. And this is something I've been meaning to set up for some other projects that I also work on. But honestly, my life is pretty much going to be slammed from next week, where I've got 2 talks until the end of May, when life starts to quiet down a little bit. So this just gives us sort of everything going on. We're going to go ahead and jump into Python and see what's happening in here. This looks like a thing where we should ask someone to close it because we don't need that branch. Someone's already done that though, so that's good. That's handled. Generally though, I do want to limit myself for the live stream ones to either pull requests which I've made or pull requests which have been made by people who have told me it's okay to review their code sort of live, because more things may get out than I intend to. I don't actually remember. Okay, Brian. I remember we looked at this one last week. Okay. Okay. Oh, interesting. That's... No. It doesn't merge anymore. So this is really convenient. It shows if it merges or if it passes. Normally I would skip all of the things which didn't merge because it's just not worth my time. I'm kind of lazy. I can also go ahead and look in the ML section. I'm actually going to grab my phone really quickly to double check, because my memory is, one could put it politely, as not very good. So just 1 second. We're going to go back here and search live code review. If I don't find it, we can just look at Brian's PRs again and some of the PRs in Spark testing base, because I know those are people who have opted in. Yep. Okay. Okay, so Marco is the other one. But I don't remember Marco's GitHub username, so let's search for this. Okay, I think that's... Okay, cool. So there are 2 MLPR. There's 3. Those 2 don't merge. This one is 5 months old, and this adds 218 lines. We're not really going to be able to go through that in the course of an hour, but we can maybe skim through it really quickly. So that gives us a good set of PRs to maybe start with. I'm going to also look in my personal projects. Let's go see if there's any sparkling ML. I mean, by personal, what I mean is one. I want to double check that. Oh, god damn it. So OBS Studio is apparently being really annoying today. So I'm going to screw with that a little more for a second. I'm sorry. Let's put it into be right back mode. So it seems like some of the components aren't playing the built-in videos for Be Right Back starting soon and all of that other stuff. So I'm going to try upgrading OBS, but I'll do that. We'll just go through our pull requests together. If anything really breaks, let me know. And I have the chat window up in a different computer that I can look at. Pull requests 10. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back to doing this live. Boop, 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 boop. So that's cool. So the other one that I'm looking at is adding size generators for RDD and dataset. And it says Travis CI doesn't build though. That's not great. That being said, Travis can be a little bit flaky sometimes. Oh dear. That's not a great sign. But yeah. Okay, what did it? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, okay, so it looks like actually just proceeding as I would want it to. So the Travis scripts are broken for this repo. So if we really want to review any pull requests in Spark testing base, I'm going to have to go ahead and fix the Travis tests so that we can rerun it. That's not super surprising. It also looks like their blog says they're changing distros, so we might as well change distros at the same time. Okay. Hopefully we're back. I'm going to double check again really super quickly. Yeah, it looks like it's sending. I'm going to check on this phone before I do a whole shit ton of talking. Yeah, it looks like it's running. That's good. What was I saying before I got distracted? Buttons are delicious. Something, something, Cheetos. I don't know. I'm sure it was a thing. Right, okay. So the TLDR of this PR is that we introduced a hack, and now we've since introduced a thing that was better than the hack, which the hack was introduced as a temporary workaround for. But now it's possible that people depend on this hack, and this is really one of the challenges of making large open source software, is that we're sort of stuck maintaining this for a while. One option. Yeah. Okay, right. So one of these things is that it might make sense to move to clustering evaluator, which is being done in this bar. Do complicated. Let's take a look. Yeah, so this method is deprecated and will be removed in 3.0. That's definitely what we want to say, but given that we don't have a pre-existing, essentially equivalent cost, if someone's been using this maybe as part of their model deployment pipeline, and we don't give them a chance to swap it out for something comparable, they might lose the comparability of their models, and that would be unfortunate. So I'm gonna leave this conversation for someone else. It definitely sounds like Nick is involved and looking at it, although February and 18th is a while away. So let's see here. In order to move the same metric to clustering evaluator, I think it would be very useful. And cost method. Let's go take a look at the clustering evaluator, because I'm not actually super sure. Damn it, I have to reset some tokens again. Cool. Yeah, so that was just a token that I didn't mean to share with the world. It was just for some. Actually, it's for a project that I'm working on. Let's see if that's up, just incidentally. Where we look at sort of gender diversity and other things in the Apache projects. Yeah, okay, so we can see there's a bunch of stuff going on. And that's just where I was putting those keys. We'll come back to that. Okay, so we were going down here. He's saying that it's going to add twice the cost. So let's go double check why it's actually going to take a second pass over the data to evaluate this, because I'm not so sure it's going to take a second pass over the data. Or more accurately, I'm not sure why it's going to take a second pass over the data, and I would love to understand that. And of course, my Emacs session seems to have decided now is a great time for it to crash. Supported. Whoop. OBS decided to disconnect and reconnect. So we can see that the clustering evaluator already supports multiple distance metrics. And so that's good. So if we were going to add another clustering metric here, that would make sense. So this could be a good place to migrate it to. So let's figure out why it's going to take a second pass. So we have to compute the centers for each cluster, and then we compute the cost, which involves 2 passes over the data set. And so inside of the current compute cost, we have we just call parent model.compute cost. Let's go find the old k-means parent model. K-means model, that's the cluster centers with norm. Yeah. So, my question is, so wait, why can't we use the cluster centers that are in the model? Or let's double check. Clustering evaluator with evaluator has prediction column. Set features column. This is distance metric. So, yeah, this is looking at doing the predictions. So it's not quite what we want. Or is it? Let's go, I'm going to switch into split screen mode again, just because I find it easier when I'm comparing these things. So cost is equal to data.map distance measure instance point cost distance measure instance distance measure. So this finds the closest center, and then it does the subtraction. So, I mean, if we do... Right, if we do the prediction... this is just going to... I think this should be fine. I want to say, because we can get at the cluster centers. Are the cluster centers a public part? Yeah, they're public. So it seems like we could use the cluster centers from k-means just fine. So when you say second pass over the data, from looking at this, Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi appears to be having a day of some packet loss. Next time I do this, I'll do a plugged-in Ethernet connection so we can avoid that delightful 47% packet loss, which causes some slight jumps in the stream. But so from looking at this, right, from what I can see, while it would involve a second pass over the data, Spark actually does a pretty good job of combining adjacent map tasks, and so we can look at this in general, right? If we go look at actually, it's easier to show in the maybe it's I vaguely remember it being down in the bottom. Okay, there we go. Is pipelineable. So in Python, it's really clear what happens is we get the previous function, and when we've made a new RDD on top of our old RDD, it just goes ahead and it just wraps that, and we essentially just get iterator chaining. So given how Spark does pipelining, unless I'm missing something. Yeah, so the cluster centers are already computed, so we'd looks like we could do this with just a second map to look up the predictions in the computed cluster centers. In the this would mean that we have to have people set the cluster centers from their model when they wanted to do that evaluation type, but given that the evaluator wouldn't necessarily be able to recover the cluster centers from a test set, I think that would be reasonable. Wouldn't from a test set. Cool. That being said, it's been a while since I've looked at the evaluator code, so I could be coming out of left field. And this is just because, yeah, I spend a fair amount of time thinking about Spark ML, but I haven't actually spent all that much time thinking about the evaluators super recently, so that's part of it. Okay, cool. So that's one comment. Yay! Weird. The metric name only supports silo. Oh, metric name is silhouette and distance measure. We have two different distance measures. That makes a little more sense. Yeah, I mean, entirely possible that I'm coming out of left field. But, whatever. Hopefully that's right. If not, no. Okay, and it's back. Sorry for the jumpy stream today, y'all. I'll bring the Ethernet adapter home for next week. So I have not introduced a training class because that would mean what does this say? Quite a big change since they have a different. I mean, so this is complicated because it's true in other places. The number of iterations we only store it. Yeah, this one I'm gonna actually probably just ping Seth. Let's double check. Yeah, it's now private. We're good. Okay, cool. So let's ping Seth. What do you think about if a separate training field? Separate training summary trait. Oh yeah. All of my computers seem to be having a fun day with the internet, even my desktop. So maybe the Ethernet wouldn't work so well. It's raining in San Francisco, which somehow surprisingly often causes a lot of issues with our infrastructure, given how often it rains. But that's all right. That's all right. Ping rate looks fine. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, that's not good. OBS claims to be live. Okay, whatever. Keep that ping going. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to review this one. This is huge, and it has a bunch of conflicting files. Well, I mean, let's do a quick look through. Okay, so first off, comment, not in the general format we do. This is nice. Yes. Different metrics, block quotes. Yeah. Inline LaTeX is always the sign of a quality LPR. Only slightly joking. Mostly, it's a sign that this is going to take way too long to review. This is really something that I would hand over to Seth. But also Seth doesn't have a lot of time right now either, so I don't know when we're going to get to this one. But that's okay. Cool. Where the fuck did I leave this? Oh yeah, okay. Awesome. This is one of my own PRs, so this isn't really so much a review, but I am going to go in and update it really quickly. Just because it's what I like to do. Yeah, Spark 23672, Spark 23672. Okay. So the last comment was essentially, yeah. So we actually do support nested array types, which is why this was failing the tests, despite the comment up above about not supporting nested array types. It was actually something else. Let's go ahead and double check that the Jira message is accurately reflected. Oh, okay. No, it doesn't. Okay. It doesn't, but given that the old documentation implied that the tokenization use case wouldn't work, I thought it would be good. Okay, cool. Right, we left this off inside of the test.py file, which I haven't opened yet. And this is inside of SQL. And we're going to go test pandas UDF nested arrays. Okay. Looks like I accidentally added a bunch of white space. Okay. Git commit-am. Switch nested array test to a positive test. Yeah, and so this build sbt p hive -p hive thrift server nice -n plus 19. Cool. We'll go ahead do a clean compile package, and running it at niceness level 19, so hopefully it doesn't stomp on. We'll just kill it and I'll come back to it later. But for testing in PySpark, we actually need to build the jars inside of Beam, where it just tests with the local direct runner, which is a pure Python implementation. So we're going to go ahead and build these jars, and I can come back and update this PR later. So we'll leave that there for now. This one is not going anywhere. So last time we looked at it, it was still blocked on this corresponding Jira in the upstream arrow project. We'll just double check. Oh, it's actually marked as resolved. That's exciting. And it looks like Brian is the one who fixed it in the arrow project, so that's awesome. It's fixed 3 days ago. So that's cool. And so that's actually really exciting. Brian fixed the upstream issue, and hopefully soon he will get a chance to update this. So we probably won't look at this today, just because it's still a work in progress. Oh no, not this one. Yeah, but the upstream issue is fixed, so it'll get. Maybe we can look at it in next Friday's session. So that's cool. Fix row pickling to include from dict flag. Okay. When a row object is used to create. When a row object is created using kwargs, the order of the keywords cannot be relied upon, except for in Python 3.5, which has an ordered dictionary. Interesting. Oh, this is rough. So it ends with that. Yeah. Hey, Brian. Is this still on your radar? So since the last comment was January 16th and said that I'll look at it tomorrow when I'm more awake, and it's not January anymore, there's a good chance that it just like accidentally got dropped. Totally happens, so I'm just going to leave a quick ping. And I'm not going to bother reviewing it because it sounds like they're not super sure this is the right solution right now. So we'll just leave that be. Okay, cool. And this is when we get out of the Spark project into sort of more of the ancillary projects. So that's Spark testing base today. And we will try and figure out what's going on with that. So this is the adding size generator dataset, which we've looked at over the past few weeks. There's a test now, but in the meantime, Travis has changed a little bit, and so our test environment doesn't work. So we're going to go ahead and actually fix the Travis environment so that we can go ahead and run the tests. Cool. So now we're going to go into .yaml, and we'll go from there. So the first thing I'm going to do is, because Travis is updating the distribution anyways on us, let's go ahead and switch it to trusty. This will probably break a bunch more stuff, but since I have to fix my Travis file anyways, I might as well hate my life. I'm not super sure why I'm using Scala 210. Should probably be using Scala 211. Now, I'm going to double check another Travis file. Sparkling ML. Yeah, I'm going to switch this to 211.8. Oh yeah, one of the things which has occasionally tripped me up in Travis is that it actually doesn't pull the version that I thought it was pulling. I don't know why. Something weird occasionally I think happens with the GitHub APIs. So I'm just going to print that information out. And let's go find the conda update. Conda update-q conda. So I'm going to look for conda update headless. And this is just because it appears to be running in interactive mode, and I really don't, I'm not there to press it, so I need conda to run in headless mode. Headless? No. Let's see. Let's open this one, and let's also open Stack Overflow. Boop. Okay, cool. Headless conda installation. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I really just want this to be in quiet mode. Conda, which of course I don't have installed right now. God damn it. Let's get the latest mini conda. Let's double check. Conda. -b-p. Should work. Conda config set always yes. So change PS1 now. So conda config always yes. Oh, always yes, true default sounds like a bad idea. Yeah. This is interesting. I'm not super sure why this isn't working, but let's go ahead and run this part locally and see what happens. Hopefully it'll just like yell at us and we'll know what's going on and then we can fix it in the Travis file. Okay. Solving environment, working. Break for Jolt Cola. Okay. Doing this at the same time as SPT is dangerous. So this just worked. There was no prompt. There was nothing which should have blocked this. So I'm not super sure what it is that's not working in Travis. So we're just going to go ahead and go into Spark Testing Base. We're going to go ahead and check out a new branch. Update Travis config. Git diff. Switch dist to trusty. Update Scala to 2.11.8 and print out revision. We are at. Whoop. I don't know why it's being so annoying today. Cool. So we'll just, do these things. They shouldn't make a difference. But we're going to push it to a branch and we can then make a PR, run Travis, and see. Because we tried to recreate that local experience. It's possible the cache is in a bad state. Which is why it choked in the other run. Which, I mean, that's a very easy fix relative to the other potential issues. Yeah. Building Spark is a great way to lock up your laptop frequently. Especially when you combined it with live streaming. So that's really great. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to double check what happened here, because what I thought is that it choked on Conda. And that all looks fine. So I'm actually going to go in, more options, caches. Oh my god, delete all repository caches. Yes. And then we can go back to this pull request. Turns out that cooperative multitasking is not a real thing. No, more accurately, it's there we go. It's the latest version of well, update to the new default distribution of Travis. Sorry, the new default Ubuntu distribution that Travis is using. Something tells me, yeah. As we can see, the Spark builds take a really, really long time at the best of times. So this, we're not going to have the Spark build finished in time to validate that change that I was doing in response to the comment on the PR. So I guess I'll just do that later. Yeah, that should be it. I'm going to double check that no one's messaged me any particular PRs to review for today. I have a Slack message. Oh, I do. Okay. Kyle messaged me a PR to review, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that. It's going to take a little bit longer. Oh, yeah. Cool. I'm going to go take a look at this PR. I might not have any comments at this point in time, but it doesn't really matter. Be good to get more familiar with it. It's in the Interact project, which is related to sort of the Jupyter projects. Interfaces that people use to access Spark to be really good. And part of that means having really good open source notebooks. I don't want people to have to depend on commercial vendors. My computer is having a really, really hard day, so we're actually going to go ahead and oh yeah, and definitely I'm just going to go ahead and put this in the background. Gonna just switch this working on thing to Interact. I should have done this earlier. I really need to get better at updating the review info. But so, work in progress notebook records. Similar to core records refactor, I want to take a second look at notebook structures. This is definitely not ready for prime time, as its use would require a lot. Right. So code cell record, markdown cell record, or a raw cell record. What's a raw cell record? Oh god. Okay. This is definitely a cup of coffee. here. Okay, so there's a question, or not a question, there's a statement. I wish there was a way to specify the types that belong to the MIME type. So application JSON is JSON, text HTML is string, application VDOM v1 plus JSON is also JSON. That had all of, yeah. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Stream maker that takes exp. Yeah, I am really not qualified to review this. It's entirely in JavaScript. That's unfortunate, but that is what it is. I am. I am going to try and go through these. Carve out records for in-memory model. So functions in this model are provided for converting from Jupyter Notebook. See the schema. The main goal here is consistency and. Okay. Referenced. Okay. Okay. So pigments. Oh. Okay. Notebook properties. So we can see there's a lot of things which right now would just end up in this generic metadata thing. But that's. Yeah. One of the things that I wish or have multiple languages. But I mean, if we have to maintain compatibility with the v4 spec, there's not really a lot we could do. Some simple comments. Kind of generic comments as someone coming from the outside world. let's go back into the view all changes mode. Yeah, so we have markdown cells and code cells. We have code cell properties. Okay. Actually, yes, I got, it looks like the thing that I left the comments on, which was in that previous PR, has since been, like, rebootled. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop those 2 comments off. And we're going to relieve them up here. Let's actually Jupyter notebook multi-language cells. Oh God. Interesting. It probably actually doesn't make sense to put it here, but I'm still gonna ask, am I gonna ask? Okay, 2 questions. So if we're going to tightly specify the metadata here, does it also make sense to tightly specify it in the constructor for make code cell in the make code cell function? No. Okay. Code cell properties. So let's assume that it does. My main question is. And other commercial. Makes sense to have metadata field for which Lexer okay. Left one comment, and honestly, that is probably about as far as I'm going to be able to get today. Because yeah, it's 12:15, and I should go to work at some point. I mean, this is work too, but I should go to the office because I need to have a meeting that I missed yesterday because I'm very, very good. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna open OBS and we can go into the talking mode thing. Talking, yay. So, thanks. Ooh, okay, go ahead and drag this over again. So, thanks for tuning in for Friday code reviews. As always, if you have code that I can review, you know, that's open source and you'd be happy to have me review, please let me know for next Friday. And I would be more than happy to. It doesn't have to be in the Spark project. It can simply be in a related project. It's all good. this Monday, I'm going to skip my normal live coding thing and sort of push it out to Wednesday because I've got 2 talks next week. I've got QCon AI and Flink Forward both on Tuesday. So Monday is probably going to be a little bit busy in my life, but I'll do. Oh, and fucking OBS. Cool. It looks like it's back. That's awesome. Anyways, yeah, I'll also get an Ethernet cable set up for next time. So hopefully we have less super exciting fun drops of my Wi-Fi. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you all around. Have a good weekend.